I welcome you all for session 5. Previous class we learnt about what is positive sentences and what is negative sentences. So under the heading kinds of sentences, today we are going to learn about interrogative sentences. What is this interrogative sentences? Sentences that expresses questions or that ask questions is called as interrogative sentences. Also we are going to learn about the parts of the speech. So there are 8 parts of the speech. So nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection. These are the 8 parts of the speech. So when you learn these 8 parts of the speech, you are completely thorough with your English grammar. So today we shall start with the first part of the speech, that is nouns. What are nouns? Nouns are the names of a person, place, animal or thing. And we are going to learn about the kinds of nouns. And lastly, today we are speaking, the topic for our jam is sentences used in telephonic conversation. So somebody calls you up, you wish to talk to them in English, and once you attend this session, you see to that you are 100% talking to the person in English. So telephonic conversation is very easy, or I can tell you that very effective method to improve your English. So why? Because you are not seeing the reaction of the person. So you are talking to them in the telephone. So automatically whoever calls up, see to that you talk to them boldly and confidently. So to start with, yesterday I was telling you some rules about how to convert positive sentences into negative sentences, and also I hinted like how the nouns and the verbs will make positive sentences, what are the rules you should follow, and I received some phone calls also about that when they practiced it. Like again they asked me to clarify this, so I thought maybe I'll pick up some sentences which makes you complete which gives you complete clarity about this nouns and verbs. So my mother cooks good food. Here my mother is a noun and she is a singular there, and cooks good food. So verb here is cooks. So when a singular noun is there and you are talking in the present tense, and verb should be in the plural form. This is what I told you yesterday. So once again, one more example. The girls like to jump on the bed. Girls, plural forms. Like to jump. Like is a verb here. We are not telling here likes to jump. We are telling here like to jump on the bed. So my friend works in an office. So my friend is a singular. Works is a plural form. So works in an office. The children like to play games. Children again is a plural form. So many a times I come across some of the people while talking children's. There is no such word called as children's. Child and the plural form of child is children. When you say my children's room, that means it belongs to your children. That you use apostrophe s for that, and then you use the owner of this room are my children. So then you will use children's room, but you never use my children's like food. So my children like food. So the girls did not go to school today. The girls did not go to school today. The girls here is plural, go here is verb, and did not is past tense. So the girls did not go to school today. So when it is a negative sentence, then you will be forming, there should not be two past tense in a negative sentence, as well as the verb here should be in the present form. The girls did not go to school today. So please make as many sentences as possible. So next we shall learn about the interrogative sentences. So I had told you interrogative sentences are those sentences which conveys questions, question mark, ends with question mark, and it it is asking some questions. So like that I have given you some example. Who, you know, who is he, who are you, who are they, such type of questions. Who, yaru, whose, yaradu, whose book is this. So usually whose pen is this, whose friends are they. So like that you will make questions. Whose yardu. Usually we say that who book is this. That's wrong. Whose book is this? It shows that the property belongs to you. Whose means it is something. Yaradu. Yaradu andaga now whose use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Whom ಯಾರಿಗೆ, whom ಯಾರನ್ನು ಅಂತಂದು ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. Whom did you meet? Whom did you give the book? Whom are you looking for? Such type of things. And what are you doing? What is your name? What is this? What ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ, ಏನಿದು, ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರೇನು. All these things we use the word what. Next is why. Why are you crying? ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ we use the word why. Why didn't you come to the function? Please just look at this sentence. Why didn't you come to the function? Didn't you, that is negative. That is when we are speaking we use the word didn't. Why did not, it is the right form of it is, when you are writing it is did not, but when you speak, why didn't you. Just observe the sentence, why didn't you come to the function. So here it is did not. Did not is a past tense, so I am using here come to the function, not came to the function. Just wanted to tell you once. Then why are you here? So which is your favorite color, which, yavadu, which is your favorite color, which is your house, which grade are you in, and when, yavaga, when are you coming home, when is your birthday, when did you come, and where are you going, where do you live, where is your house. Apart from these words we use many other words like how much is your rent, and how are you. All such questions also makes interrogative sentences. So try to make as many sentences as possible, then you will understand how to construct interrogative sentences. Now next we shall go for the next topic, that is common errors in interrogative sentences. So take for example, how is cooked the fish. How is cooked the fish? What do you mean? How is the fish cooked? And one more importantly, I come across many kids, many people will be talking about this error. Rain is coming. Can you use the word rain is coming? Rain itself is pouring, so you can't use the word rain is coming. Is it raining? This is how you have to ask the question. Then I want to know if it's finished. So instead of that you can ask directly, is it finished? So these are the ways you can develop your questioning capacities. We shall go for the next topic, that is nouns. What are nouns? Nouns, as I told you, it's a name of a person, place, animal or thing. We call them as nouns. There are different types of nouns. One is proper noun. So name of a particular person or place. Bangalore. That is particularly this Bangalore only, which is there in Karnataka, no other Bangalore. So this is examples like New York, Ram, Sita, Ramesh, Suresh. All these things are particular person's name. Then we call it as proper noun. And then common noun. What are these common nouns? Nouns which we use commonly. So all girls come inside. So here we are pointing out all the girls. I am going to market. It can be any type of market. It can be a vegetable market. It can be a fruit market, but market. So, and forest. So here common words what we use every time, we call it as common noun. Common name of a person or place or a thing, we call it as common noun. Collective nouns, when a number of things are taken together and spoken as one whole, we call it as collective noun. Crowd, team, bunch. So give me bunch of keys. So there are so many keys inside that bunch. Completely give me bunch of keys. So the team of boys are playing very nicely. So such words are called as collective nouns. Then abstract noun. So what is this abstract noun? It is a quality. Abstract nouns are those like qualities. So wherein it is a feeling or an idea, but which we cannot we can feel, but we cannot touch. It's not like a ram. I can touch them, but honesty, can you touch it? No, we can feel that. Pain, anger, all such things are called as abstract nouns. So next we shall go for our important topic of the day, that is just a minute topic. We are talking today about the telephonic conversation. Telephonic conversation is a very effective way of learning English. So because you are not seeing the person's face, so you can just spill out and can get that experience of talking. So here I have given you a conversation between a person calling from a bank. So how do you talk? Hello. So speaker 1 is a person who is talking from the bank. Hello, good morning. I am calling from a bank. So how are you going to answer? Yes, please tell me, how can I help you? So speaker 1, that is your banker. Do you want a credit card? Yes. What are the documents required? Your next question. Sir, you should submit 3 photos, PAN card and your residential proof. So speaker 2, I will text you my email ID. Please send me the details through mail so that I can send all the copies to your mail ID. So speaker 1, sure sir, I will send it. Thank you for giving me your time. So conversation ends. This is how you are going to talk with a person calling from a bank. Now I will go for the next conversation. Order food from your hotel. So you call up and start, hi, this is Ram speaking here. I called you to order food. So from other person, thank you for calling Nandana. We have home meals package for 4 people. Yes, I wanted the same. How much does it cost? So sir, it's just 500 rupees. How much time does it take to give home delivery? It will just take 30 minutes. Please send me the location. Sure, I will message to the same number. So within half an hour your food is ready. So this is how you are going to practice, and from tomorrow all orders you are going to place from your house. Maybe a pizza, burger or any restaurant foods. All these things you are doing by your own. I think you enjoyed class today and you have lot many things to practice. So the more you practice, the better you can learn. And thank you very much. Comment, like and subscribe the video, and have a good day. Thank you very much.